In this video, I am going to explain how to use Kirchhoff's rule to find the current in a circuit. Using Ohm's law, we can find the current in a very simple circuit. For finding the current in this circuit, we have to use Kirchhoff's rule. We have to find the current in different branches. What's the current here? What's the current here? And what's the current here? So let the current here be I1. From this cell we will start. This cell EMF is 9 volt. So current, we don't know whether it will flow this direction, but here positive, current will be flowing from positive to negative. So here we will assume the current, here current is I1 in this direction. Then when it is reaching here, there are two paths. Current going in this branch, let it be I2 here. Here I1. Here I2. So here we don't know whether current is in the upward direction or downward direction. So we'll assume. We are free to assume. If our assumed direction is wrong, in the answer there will be a negative sign. So let us assume that current is in the downward direction I2. Then here, whether current is in this direction or seeing the battery, you can understand positive to negative. So let it be in this direction. Now we have to get two equations with two unknowns. Then first let us apply Kirchhoff's current rule, that is first rule, to this junction. Kirchhoff's first rule is applicable to a junction. So we will apply Kirchhoff's current rule to the junction E. According to the current rule, algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction in a circuit is 0. So the convention is current coming towards the junction is positive. See, I1 is coming towards the junction. So plus I1 positive. Now I2 is going away from the junction, so minus I2. I3 is also going away from the junction, so minus. Algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction is 0. You have to be careful while taking the sign. So from this we can write an expression for I3. So take this minus I3 to the other side. So I3 is I1 minus I2. So let it be the first equation. Then apply Kirchhoff's second rule to this closed loop EFCBE. EFCBE for this closed loop. So this is the direction of the loop. So you can start from here. Here current is I2, resistance is 1, so 1 I2. See, this is the direction of the loop. Then direction of the current is also the same as the direction of the loop. To make the idea clear, you assume that you are walking along this direction, the EFCBE. Direction of the current is same as the direction of your walking, so positive. Now here resistance is 3, current in this branch is I1, so 3 I1 plus 2 I1. 2 I1. Algebraic sum of the product of resistance and current is equal to the algebraic sum of the EMF. So EMF in this closed circuit is 9 volt. So we applied Kirchhoff's second rule for this. 3 I1 plus 2 I1, 5 I1 plus 1 I2 is equal to 9. So let it be the second equation. You have to get one more. Now you got an equation with the two unknowns I1 and I2. So you have to get one more equation with two unknowns, I1 and I2. Now apply Kirchhoff's second rule to the closed loop E A D F E for this closed. So this is the direction of the loop. Now imagine you are walking in the same. Now here see the arrow. This is the direction of the current is in this direction. Then direction of the loop is also in the same direction. So 3, the current is I3, but here current is in the downward direction. Your walking is in the upward direction, so opposite. So minus 1 I2. Algebraic sum of the product of resistance and current is equal to the algebraic sum of the EMF. See. Now I3. For I3 we can write I1 minus I2. Then from this equation you can write 3I1 minus 4I2 because minus 3I2 then minus I2, so 4I2 is equal to 6. So let it be the third equation. So it's a third equation. Now the first equation, the second equation, 5I1 plus I2 is 9. Now you have to solve these two equations. Then for solving these two equations, this equation you multiply by 4, then coefficient will become same. So when this equation is multiplied by 4, you will get this. Now add these two equations. So now minus 4I2 plus 4I2 will get cancelled. Then adding these two, 23I1 is equal to 42. 36 plus 6, 42. So I1 is equal to 42 divided by 23, that is 1.86 ampere. So you are getting I1. Now for getting I2, substitute the value of I1 in this equation. In this equation you can substitute. Take this minus 4I2 the other side. So 4I2 is equal to 3I1 minus 6. Now 3I1. So for I1 we can substitute 42 divided by 23 minus 6. Now taking this for the other side, so you are getting an expression for I2. Now I2 is minus 0.13 ampere. See, in the answer there is a negative sign. So our assumption is wrong. We assumed current is in the downward direction. But for this I2 there is a negative sign, that is current is not in the downward direction, it is in the upward direction. Now we got I1 and I2. We can get I3 by substituting in this equation. I1 is 1.86 minus I2, but I2 is minus, so then it will become plus, so 0.13. You have to add these two. So 1.86 you add 0.13, so 9. So 1.99 ampere. So here in this branch current is 1.99 ampere. I hope you have understood how to apply Kirchhoff's rule to find the current in a circuit. Thank you for watching.